Hi, I'm Egemen Demirtas from ALLPLAN, and I want to show you the great possibilities we have in ALLPLAN to uplift your model-based workflow, including meshes and creating high-quality production data for a mesh welding system for a smooth and easy process. Let's jump right into the topic and review the advantages of a mesh welding system-based workflow compared to a traditional approach. The traditional method in construction is still characterized by on-site cutting, bending, and installation of bars in concrete structures. This approach, while conventional, poses significant drawbacks. First and foremost, it heavily relies on manual labor, resulting in elevated labor costs. Moreover, the traditional method is notorious for generating a substantial amount of waste, which is approximately around 10%. This not only adds to environmental concerns, but also translates to additional costs. As we explore alternative workflows, keep these challenges in mind, as they serve as catalysts for the important need of more efficient and cost-effective design to build workflows. Here is a short clip of a mesh welding machine in production to give you a better idea on how the production data from ALLPLAN is used later. So here we see the wires getting unwinded from the coils, straightened, cut, and then put on the table in the desired pattern. Now we see the shift on the table, and the machine pulls the longitudinal bars to the welding unit. Here in the welding unit, now we see the reinforcement mesh getting welded row after row. And also not all the cross points are getting welded, as we can see here now. Depending on the components of the machine and parameters, it is also possible to have a single bar bending, as we can see here now in this picture. So this is completely up to the meshing configuration. And when the mesh is finished, it changes again the station, gets here the labeling, and now we will see how the machine will grab the mesh and stack it to the other ones, as we can see it now here. So this is also the last station where it gets, and after that the new mesh can come, of course. Here we see the components of a mesh welding system. On the right side, we see the beginning of the process where the coils can be seen. Then the bars are straightened, cut, and placed on the table. From here they go to the welding unit. Depending on the specific system and application, for example, a single bar or a mesh bending is possible. In this picture, we can also see a separate bending unit close to the welding unit. There is also a control system which checks the producibility of the meshes and production process, including the wire movement, welding parameters, and production sequencing. So what are the main benefits of a mesh welding system? They automate the welding process, significantly reducing the need for manual labor on site. This translates to faster production times and lower labor costs. It enables as well a just-in-time production in the factory. It reduces the risk of errors. Bending entire mesh panels instead of individual bars minimizes the chance of incorrect bending compared to the manual methods. These systems allow for precise control over wire size and spacing, ensuring the final mesh meets specific strength and reinforcement requirements. More sustainable and cost-efficient thanks to no waste. In the manual process, the waste is around 10%, in contrast to 0% with mesh welding systems. One of the globally active precast consultants with a huge record of successful projects and 25 years of experience, Mr. Prillhofer confirms the importance of an automated design to build workflow for reinforcement. For the whole process, you need reliable data from the start. ALLPLAN Precast Premium Package offers all the functions for an efficient precast design and detailing for the different tasks and precast elements. The included MWS-Connect function helps ALLPLAN users to create reinforcement data fully automatically while considering the parameters for the production. But not only that, it also is no problem to create complex shaped meshes as well. The users can, for example, use the strong engineering functions to place their single bars and group them to a MWS mesh, while ALLPLAN is checking the producibility and even moving the single bars if needed. One of the standout features of our CAD software is its ability to generate high-quality production data in the standardized formats of the industry, such as IFC for precast, Unicam, or PXML files. This means seamless integration into your existing workflows, reducing friction, and enhancing efficiency. Imagine the time and effort saved when your data speaks the language of the industry. ALLPLAN also assists drafters with automatic corrections while creating meshes from free reinforcement bars. This is a game changer when creating customized meshes. No more tedious manual adjustments. The software ensures that the mesh meet the highest standards and can be later produced just in time. We understand the importance of visualization. That's why we have the MWS editor integrated that allows you to virtualize the boundaries of the machine directly within ALLPLAN. This not only enhances your design process, but also provides a comprehensive understanding of the spatial constraints, leading to more informed decision-making. Before your design reaches the production phase, ALLPLAN examines every detail, ensuring that the meshes are not just theoretically correct, but also practical and producible with your mesh welding system. This proactive approach saves time, resources, and minimizes the likelihood of issues during construction. Our MWS editor also helps you with a colored visualization of the reinforcement bars. So you can directly see the assembly bars, basic reinforcement, and loose bars, for example. The display of the restricted zones is also quite helpful, especially if you have the unfolded view of the mesh active. The boundary conditions of the meshing can be set very detailed in the configuration and catalog menu of ALLPLAN. This can be settings such as the minimum and maximum length, width of the mesh, or specific parameters of bar diameters. And an important aspect as well, settings for different meshings are of course also possible. Here we can also see a slide where you can activate or deactivate the grid if you want. Now let's have a look on how to create a MWS mesh from individual bars inside a tunnel element. So here we see our single bars and we activate our function MWS, group the desired bars, select the longitudinal bar for the direction and set the basic segment. The program also gives us here a warning, especially for one bar, which we will see also here on the left side by the placements. So here we can switch all through, and here we have the 16mm diameter, which cannot be produced. But not only that, you also have the information regarding this MWS group inside of your object tree. So this is fully integrated as well in your normal ALLPLAN object tree, as we can see here now, with all the single bars as well. Now let's open the MWS editor and have a look on the mesh. Here we see now the unfolded view of the mesh, the restricted zones in the black bars, and here we see the loose bar where we can just go to the properties and have a look here on the bar type that we can see here now displayed. And on the left side you also see the information regarding the mesh. Now from this stage we of course can also create production data. So let's just select our mesh here again. And here in the NC generator we can just start and create our production data, in this case PXML. I also want to give you an insight on how easily and fast ALLPLAN can create meshes for your mesh welding system from scratch. Just based on the geometry and the values you need. The reinforcement can calculate itself based on the required reinforcement value for the precast element. But there are also other options for the users, such as fixing the diameters and spacing in individual cases. The automation also takes into account any precast relevant parts, such as fixtures, and reacts accordingly. On the right picture, we can also see the automation also considering the cutting and bending of the bars beside the opening. If all bars would get the bending shape, we would have a problem later on in the workflow due to the overlapping. This is done completely automatically by ALLPLAN. With the automated reinforcement, it is important how the reinforcement interacts with the fixtures. In the fixture catalog, it can also be predefined if the fixtures can create a cutting and moving the bars, for example. The reinforcement can consider the exact fixture 3D model for that. Now let's have a look on how to create the meshes in a sandwich wall by just one click. Here we have our sandwich wall, we load the favorite, and by just one click you can see the reinforcement loaded. Here we can also see the required values which were predefined. And for example, we can also place a fixture from our catalog, select it here, and we place it here in our wall. Now you will also see how the bars will react with the fixture itself. To get a better view, let's go to the MWS editor and have a look here. Here we go to the third mesh that was created, and on the right side we can see the fixture that it cuts the bars and also moves the other ones. So thank you for joining me on this journey through the capabilities of ALLPLAN in enhancing your model-based workflow, especially for mesh welding systems. As we wrap up, let's recap the key advantages and benefits that ALLPLAN brings to the table. A mesh welding system saves in the design to build process an impressive 45% while reducing installation time on construction sites. Imagine the impact this has on your efficiency and overall project timelines. With ALLPLAN, there is no need for third-party software. We offer a solution that covers the aspect of precast design and detailing while including the important parameters of the machines for producible meshes. This simplifies your overall workflow and ensures you a smooth and efficient run-through from the design stage right to production. Thank you for your attention.